Hello, everybody. Welcome to Raising Vibrations with myself, Simon. Today, we're going to be doing Chart of the Day, and this will be for the 19th of October, 2015. And firstly, this is a Monday, so for anybody that is beginning your day with some work, etc., firstly, enjoy that period, and I hope you have a good week in that sense. So what I've brought up for Chart of the Day today is what you can see on the left-hand side, pardon me, the right-hand side. That's what it looks like. Some interesting things to take note of is the fact that Mars and Jupiter and Venus, and particularly Mars and Jupiter, and that will be the focus point of the Sabian symbol, is in this interesting little conjunction, okay? Now, for anybody that understands the nature of Jupiter in itself in terms of the constellation and its function, it is our cosmology, okay? It is the cosmology that allows us to answer the deeper questions in life. So your relationship to your philosophy, your relationship to your knowledge will be directly relevant to how much you can answer or how much you can be curious about in terms of what you're seeking to understand. So if you're trying to understand the nature of past lives and you haven't got the techniques or the awareness or the cosmology to be able to answer that, it won't be in your field of awareness, your spectrum of light. So in relationship to this little conjunction over here, and many of you probably will start to feel this, is that this is a new relationship that we're having to ourselves. This is an entirely new direction that is emerging for us right now regarding our belief systems and philosophies. And so this is why I'm going to encourage everybody to take this opportunity, especially for the next 2 years as Saturn moves through Sag, which is directly relationship to that, to not only start inwardly analyzing the things that you would like to grow in your life. Like, what do you want to expand upon? What is the thing that is bringing you the sense of expansion in your life, okay? And focus on that. The Mars is kicking in and it's going, come on, let's pay attention, let's pay attention, let's pay attention. All right, so there's a new phase relationship to that, which means there is a necessity here to explore as much as you can and not to hold on to two things. So be very, very curious about stuff. And it's like a bee that just bounces from flower to flower to flower, okay? All right, then the node itself, the north node and the south node, they're at 0 degrees, so that transition is going to take over very shortly. I would highly recommend watching a video called the Virgo Pisces Nodal Shift. Lots of information in there. And Mercury is making its way now into Libra and finally going to be passing its shadow period. And that's great news because I suspect many of you will probably start to have a little bit more clarity regarding the nature of your own mental faculties. I definitely know that I have been experiencing that. Saturn still continues its path, still the same trines and quincunxes. The moon is a really interesting focal point because it's going to make a connection to Pluto over the next 2 days. So the next time we have a chart of the day, it won't be where Pluto is in a balsamic phase to, pardon me, the moon is in a balsamic phase to Pluto. We'd already have passed that. So for the next 3 days, okay, just be prepared to experience maybe some emotional conflict. You might probably experience a little bit of emotional distress or a deep sense of inner earthquake regarding the nature of your security patterns or attachments, emotional attachments. In the next 2 days, we'll probably have, in some way, shape, or form, a kind of like phoenix rising from the ashes experience. So look out for that, okay? What's also interesting about this nature of the moon, it's in Capricorn. And again, today's Capricorn moon is going to be very heavy. It's going to be feeling like, there's a sense of futility. There's a sense where you've just got to get through the day and so on and so forth. Okay, so this is a day where you just spend some time inwardly reflecting. Nothing big needs to happen today. Just a kind of like, spending some time just chilling out, nurturing the emotions. All right, because it actually makes quite a lot of aspects. For instance, the moon's going to square, if I'm not mistaken, let's have a look. The moon's there. It's going to square the nodal axis, which it's doing. And of course, it's also going to square Mercury. So there might even be communication, situations or situations around communication regarding expectations. You might have people putting things on you that you're expected to do and you don't feel like that, and so on. So the discussion today, the Sabian symbol is finely lettered names and mysterious lines are seen. It is a family tree. And that's for the 14-degree Virgo archetype, because I felt that that was such an interesting thing. That's where my intuition drew me to straight away in terms of pulling a Sabian card. And it's that conjunction. There is a need to call upon the deeper and inherent knowledge within. I mean, look at that, right? Oppose Neptune at this point in time. Beautiful. Look how it's trining Pluto over there. What's been learned from the past experiences, okay, possibly from one's ancestral roots, will help you allocate your deepest strength. And it's like recognizing the roots. The roots over here, your cosmology becomes the way that you grow. This part of yourself, this inner identity structure, this is what you want to expand. You want to grow, and you want to ground yourself into your awareness. You want to expand your psyche. You want to learn more. You want to develop stronger roots, and you want to connect to your inward self. This is a time where we're reconstructing our inner self identity. And so this is a big point for us, okay? So I'd like to use this opportunity for everybody to dig deep within yourself, search for where you feel there's a sense of connection, that you feel connected to the earth, you feel connected to the community, and ask yourself, what can I do to expand my knowledge so that I can then further strengthen my connection to the earth, and further strengthen my connection to my community, and further strengthen my connection to the earth, okay? All right, guys, have a fantastic day, and I'll speak to you again. Bye-bye.